What's up, Minties? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today's Reviews in a Flash is brought to you by Darkstar916. So thank you very much, Darkstar. Today I'm going to be talking about The Last Fall. This book is published by IDW, and it retails for $19.99. And if you're at all interested in this book, click on the link in the description where you can purchase the book. Now, it is written by Tom Waltz and drawn by Casey Maloney, and the colors, which I think are very important, are done by Dusty Lee. Now, Tom Waltz may sound familiar to you, and that's because you're freaking cool and you have read the IDW TMNT series, and that shit is awesome, so good for you. And which is one of the reasons I was very excited to read this, because I'm a big fan of that book. Now, I know it's co-written by Kevin Eastman, but Tom Waltz plays a big role in that, and he's also an ex-veteran. So, well, I'm sorry, he's a veteran, not an ex-veteran. He's not dead. Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. So anyway, the book, the premise. Let's talk about that. The plot is about Marcus Fall, and he is our protagonist, and he is a hardened soldier. He is caught in between this interplanetary war, between Krovan and Marconia, which are two planets. Marconia happens to be the planet where the high society lives, and they're just big on religion. And Krovan is like a desert planet, but it's rich in minerals, and there's other things in there that Marconians want. And this has been going on for a long time. Now, he has been there for many tours, and in his last tour, he is sent home, and that's it, you would think. But unfortunately, tragedy happens because him and his wife and kid are leaving this church, and a terrorist comes in and blows up the church. He gets out alive, of course. So now he wants revenge. So along with his troop, they go back to the planet of Krovan, and he just wants revenge. He is a killing machine. He wants to wipe them all out. And through a series of events, by the way, a lot of this stuff is done through a series of flashbacks, how you find out where he is, how he got to where he was. I don't feel like his wife and kid dying is a big spoiler, considering what happens. Like, it's told in the back of the book. So there are other things that happens in his flashbacks. So like I was saying, through a series of events, he is now sent on a special mission with a small crew to go and escort a prisoner from the enemy camp, because this prisoner knows the whereabouts of something, and I can't reveal what happens or whether he gets out or who gets out alive. So it is all done in here. I believe there was only 5 issues, and there's no more. Now let's look at this artwork, because I do want to talk about that. Here's the cover, and as I said, the art is by Casey Maloney, and the colors are done by Dusty Lee. Right off the bat, it reminds me of Exo Squad. I don't know if anybody has ever seen or watched that show, or had ever collected the toys, or some of the Robotech stuff, which of course was from 3 different animes, so that doesn't help anybody. It's a little bit strange. It definitely is inspired by anime, but Marcus, for a main character, I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if these characters are supposed to be human or just humanoids. If they're humanoids, cool. That makes sense. That explains Marcus's buggy eyeballs that always bother me. He looks really off-putting. I don't know what it is. Not just when his expressions are over-exaggerated, but just his eyes look really huge and buggy and creepy. So, if they're humanoids, that's fine. But then I look at all his other war buddies, and everybody looks the same. Yeah, they have a cartoonish spin to them, but yeah, everybody else looks normal. They don't look like he does, with giant eyeballs. So maybe they're supposed to be humans. Each character is distinct because they all have their own armor. It is never explained why they wear heavy armor like that, other than they're soldiers, and I guess they look cool. The colors are really vibrant, which is kind of interesting because I don't really see that in war-type comic books or movies or animated shows. They're really orangey and red. Maybe a little too cartoony for me. But honestly, I kind of dig that. It's the least of my problems. Each one of the chapters is forwarded by a quote from somebody about loss or secrets or the industrial complex or just the military. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, one could take this story and say that it's a social commentary as to what is happening in today's society. I don't know, it never got too preachy for me. I just thought I wanted a lot more out of this book. Sadly, it didn't give me what I wanted. I wanted more feelings. I don't know, is that weird? Like, I wanted more of a connection with Marcus, and I didn't really get that. Even in his flashbacks, like, I felt bad for him for a page or two, and then I'm reminded like how much of an asshole he is later on. So I'm like, I don't know, this guy doesn't really make a good protagonist. I liked his war buddies though. His the people in his squad were a lot more likable than he was. He himself was okay. It felt like it was fast and rushed, and I don't know. I really didn't dig it as much as I wanted to. Like, it started off really cool, and then by the end, I just think, it wasn't what I was expecting. It wasn't what I would, especially from Tom Waltz, like I said, because I'm a huge fan of his Ninja Turtles run, and I know he's co-plotter with that with Kevin Eastman, but still, So as far as my score, I think I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I wasn't a big fan of the ending. There was a lot more mystery going on. That wasn't really, like, that much of a shock. It's pretty predictable, and the art is a little off-putting. I did dig the colors by Dusty Lee, like I mentioned, but yeah, 2.5. This was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, and check us out on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and that is at nearmint.com, or nearmintcon, not .com. The hell's wrong with me? I always suck at these outros. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.